Hey, welcome back
Hey,
to
buddy.
another episode of the show that's been renamed for the third time. It is now called "Let's See If He Gets It Right First Time," and I can tell you, I didn't because I started the intro and didn't go live. So we missed the coil pitch at the beginning, which is not a problem. But yeah, I didn't get it right first time, so the show is amply named. So. As you can see, I've got a special guest for me tonight, the one and only, the lovely Nick from DripperLabs. How's it going, mate?
Hello, buddy. How are you? I did exactly the same thing you last time you invited me on. You said hello to everyone else. I thought you were talking to me, even though we've just talked for 20 minutes. And I was like, hi, straight away interrupted you. So sorry about that. Standard.
Mate, it's absolutely fine. It's all good. So before we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly run through chat and see who we've got in. So straight off the bat, nearly an hour early, we had the one and only Mr. DP in. Oh, shit, you're all right now, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
We had Billy Lee Rice. Hello, I hope you're doing well. We've had, this is amply named, JH Rockstar says, I wonder if Nick is drunk again. So
that's only for award nights, Jack. You should know that by now. That was the best.
Tribal Buddha. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well. We got Metal Vape 90 in. You all right, mate? We got the lovely Mr. Connor Smith in. Hope you're doing well, mate. We're coming to the man who's coming to the end of his season. It's the Vaping Snowman. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well. We got Free Rider Vapor in. Hello, bro. We have Dion78 in. We have Tim Solway in. We've got Vapor
nice.
In.
See.
We have, I think we might be all. Oh, we got Dinosaurs in. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Hello, mate.
We've got Guy Reed in, Nick the Legend. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, nice one. I would imagine Guy's the kind of guy who's not regularly watching vape streams, so welcome. Could even be his first time. Don't know. No.
And another thing I didn't do, I didn't put my camera on. So,
is my camera on? Is the audio all right? Well, these are the things that we should be checking. I'm just going to get myself a beer because that's what I'm going to do. Right.
Oh no, we got the line. Okay, we'll go back to the other camera because that line fricks me off. Right, we won't bother with that. So, we started off so well.
Yeah. At least we've got all of our cock-ups in the first few minutes, so that's a win.
Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I didn't see you there. So, before we get into lots and lots of main topics and all the in-betweens, what we're going to do is going to be quick for me. I don't know about Nick, but we're going to have a quick vape buffet. It is vape buffet time. Nick, go on, you can go first.
Well, I've got pretty much all the devices I own. So I sent Adam 6 bottles that we are going to talk about a little bit. So I've got my absolute daily driver, which is the Lost Vape Thelema, normally with the Asgard RDA on top, but I've got the Screamer because I've got the Mech with the Asgard RDA on top. So they're my 2 big boys. And then I've got two of the flavors I've got in salts for pods. So I've got a little Lux X, and I don't even know what that was called, but I love these Freemax tanks, little MTL tanks. So and then I have got a couple of others, but you know, I'm nothing. Yeah, they're my main ones. We'll go with that. Which is a step up. Normally I barely get above the 1. So there you go, special occasion.
Well, I've taken over you then, because I literally have one thing I'm vaping on at the moment, which is we've got the little Snowcat Ravine with the Nightmare 25 on top.
Beautiful.
Inside that, some Black Bess. This is my all-day vape at the moment. And this, we got the old 1111 Reborn with another Nightmare 25 on top. That is going to be, it's freshly wicked, ready to go. For the tests, and I was telling Nick earlier on, as we're doing this, I'm going to be re-wicking this 6 times, so it won't take me long, so it will be good fun.
I had to re-wick one of mine during the intro show reel, and it was the most stressful 2 minutes of my life. So I have no idea why you would volunteer to do that.
Gave me anxiety watching you trying to re-wick that.
Oh, could you see my camera?
Just
Are you serious? I didn't. I was. I'm about ankle deep in cotton at the moment. I was just like, yeah, that's too big. That's too little. That's just. Right.
Oh, no, that's good. So yeah, I've got lots of liquids to try that we're going to open up in due course, and I think there's something else a bit special in there as well that we can show off, because you may be able to get it on the shop. Nick will be able to tell you later on.
I have no idea what. Oh, are you talking? Oh, no, you can't.
You can't.
No,
okay.
I could. We could do a code. I could throw a code out. Yeah,
we'll try and sort that out.
We'll talk about that.
So that's what we're vaping on. We're gonna probably go straight into main topic time, because we have another section. But do you have anything new and classy that you want to show off?
Got a new haircut.
Okay, look, let's run the bumper. You can show off your new hair. This is where we show off our new shit. So if you've got anything vape related or anything else, you can show off. Me personally, the only thing new is what I'm going to be showing you in a bit. But Nick's got something very special to show you. What have you got that's new?
Well, 3.5 years ago, when I quit my job and started this crazy startup, I let my hair grow out, and I've had it ever since. And this morning, I have absolutely no idea what came over me, but I think it just one step too far, so I've cut it all off.
Bloody hell!
Which it looks a bit better than that. That's a bit cat flat, but there you go. So I've lost. I'm gonna have to get a new. I'm gonna have to get a new sort of, what do they call that? Personal brand, because I've lost my curls. So there you go.
More streamlined at the side, aren't you? You might walk a bit.
I'm much faster, mate. It's taken a couple of minutes off my commute.
So is that because you're getting in like the dad mood now, and is it being?
I honestly, do you know the pressure you feel when you're the hairdressers and they go, you do a terrible job, they show you the mirror and you go, yes, brilliant, thanks very much. I made the mistake of asking her what she thought I should do. I was like, well, I was going to have a bit of a trim, but part of me wants to just have it all off. And she went, yeah, just have it all off. And I was like, okay, all right, that's what we're doing then. So there you go.
So you got bullied into getting all your hair cut off.
It's possible. It is possible. I don't regret it. I've actually felt pretty positive about it until I got on the call with you and I went, oh, I've had my hair cut. And you went, why'd you do that then? And
no, it looks good. I like it. I need more cut. It's getting wild.
I do that to make it sort of feel like I got something, warm my neck up a bit. Right, sorry, that's crap news stuff though, is it? Apart from that, what have I got? I've got a new flavour that I've never tried, and that's the only one I've got here that I've not had before, which is Connor Celty, or rather his username is Con Celty. This is harder than I thought it would be to do, because there's a bit of lag. There you go. Peanut butter on the waffle. I know the recipe because I've looked at it, but I've never vaped it. So that's the other new thing I've got here.
Ooh. Well, actually, as we're doing that, I'll show everybody the package that I've got, because that is technically new stuff. And then after we go through it, we'll do some testing. You cool with that?
Absolutely, mate.
Right, what have we got?
Do you want me to put the slide up for it? Oh, no. Will we do that when we talk through them? You crack on.
Yes, boss.
Whose show is this? Come on.
Right off the bat, we have one that I'm really looking forward to trying. Oh, this light is terrible. We have Clementine Slushy.
I can match you on that, but I've got it in the 50-50 for that one. That's what I've got in this little MTL tank. So I've got that.
We've got that. That smells really good as well.
Should I tell the little story behind each one and why I sent them to you?
Go on.
Right, so I'll keep it brief. Clementine Slush is a house flavour. It's the newest one, and it uses the clementine ingredient, which is one of the 4 that we most recently added. And it has quickly become my favourite ingredient. It's one of my favourite house flavours ever, and I think it's a standout, superb flavour. That's why I sent it. Oh, and it's a bit of you. I know you like a cold fruit, so I sent that to you. What have we got next?
We have Cereal Tart by DripperLabs.
So cereal tart I sent because it's a little bit unusual to see. It's just an absolutely unapologetic, rich. It's just everything you want from a deep, rich dessert, but without being sickly. That's my play. And it doesn't get much love. So I thought I'd show that as an unusual flavour that is possible with DripperLabs. It's a bit more grown up. It's a bit, like a lot of the cold fruits, perhaps, or whatever, they've been done. So that was a bit more unusual. That's why I sent you that one.
That's really nice. I like the smell of that one. We have Community Cluster Pie by Flat Cat Vapor.
So for those of you who are watching the stream and don't know, Adam is doing a community. Is that a secret, Adam?
I was going to say it at the end, but just say it now. It's fine.
Okay, so Adam is planning to do a live community create with all of you lot. So that means sort of collaborating to make a flavour that you can all then buy and try. And the reason I've sent you this community cluster pie is it's because it's the result of something similar, which Flat Cap's gang did. Now, there are a couple of rules. We can go and have a look at it. But basically, I made some like games for them, so a bit like a shuffle thing. So rather than a free choice, they had to work with some spins and what they ended up with. And this is, we can look at the flavor profile when you get to it, but that's his version of what it's very unusual. And it's because...
Go on. Oh, you won't tell me what's in there, will you?
You can go and look at the public profile. You can't see the slider levels, but you can see the ingredients.
Well, this next one is the Asylum by Asylum Gen.
So I sent you that one, A, because it's a good flavour, B, because I've done a review of it on Instagram. Again, I've got that one in salt. If anyone, and the other reason is it's not cold, but it is interesting. So I think for me personally, I love a cold fruit, but it's nice when someone does a really classy fruit flavour. And I think when we look at the ingredients and the profile for that, you'll be surprised. But to me, I won't say what broadly speaking, no, I'll shut up. We'll have a look at them as we go.
The next one is peanut butter on the waffle.
Right. So this is by a guy called Consulti. I hope Connor is in chat somewhere
Connor's
there.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely guy. Funnily enough, I was telling Adam how much of a lovely guy he is. And he went, oh, he's a lovely guy. He's in my Discord and he buys my coils. And I sent him your way to buy some coils and he's absolutely bowled over with them. So for 2 reasons, I wanted you to try the peanut butter because it's a good ingredient. And he said, so he's been creating for, what do you reckon, about 6 weeks. So he says this is the best flavor he's ever made. So instead of giving you a house flavor with peanut butter, I've gone with that. And it's a peanut butter banana waffle.
Ooh. And the last one, it's going to be a tough one for me, apple pie.
Why is that a tough one for you?
It's kind of a sad story, but I will tell you, I have not had apple pie since my nan died over 15 years ago. She used to make it, and from that point, I've never touched apple pie or an apple pie liquid since.
Oh, mate.
But I'm going to try it tonight.
Okay. Are you sure? Okay, yeah. So I rate this apple pie as one of the best. It's one of the very first house flavors we had. I rate it as one of the best house flavors there is. Mainly because, unlike a lot of apple pies, I think the apple stands out. It's a bit like a Bramley's apple pie. It's a little bit sharper. It's not a sickly, heavy apple pie. And it doesn't get a lot of love. And the reason I've sent it through is because in 2 days, just before we sorted all this out, first of all, Connor said, oh, I've just finally got sucked into that apple pie. And it's fantastic. You were right. Second of all, we had a returning customer who came back and bought 4 60ml bottles of it. So I was like, this is it. The resurgence of apple pie. It's finally getting its love that it deserves. So I thought I'd send you that one as well. And I think you're not particularly desserty. I know you don't like lemon, but you don't particularly vape. I mean, your morning coffee is like a strawberry pastry.
To be honest, I vape everything. I don't really.
Cool.
I'm quite open-minded with most things, but I am very much. I'll just take a nosedive for one flavor and just smash it for like a month, and then I'll just move on to something else. And then,
I've got to make some decisions here.
There was another little gift in there as well, a little DripperLabs beanie. But the problem I have is when you got a face like Grant Mitchell from EastEnders, mixed with a bit of Jabba the Hutt, I don't look good in the beanie, but I will put it on.
I disagree. I think you're rocking that right out.
So you may be able to get hold of one of these. I don't know. Can they?
We have an experimental batch of there's about 6 out of 10 left. And if we were going to give them away or put them out, it would be as a promo. The issue we don't have is we don't have a merch store. So at the moment, T-shirts, we've got a special arrangement for hoodies, invite only. If you do want a hoodie, get in touch. If you, the T-shirts you get free when you spend a certain amount, and I think we'll do the same thing with the beanies. So if you spend like 45 quid, you get a free beanie or whatever. So yes, you can't actually go on and pay money for one, but you can buy some juice and we'll give you one.
But it is a thinsulate. It's quality shit.
Well, yeah, keyword.
You don't do anything in half, do you?
Well. This is what we're gaining in confidence on the merch. So we've just got the hoodies we've got are actually embroidered. This is one of the original print ones. Same design, but they're now embroidered. And we have been putting feelers out for a few key players if they wanted to get involved. So if you do want a hoodie and you love it a lot, then I'm just trying to work out what Jack Rockstar means. Oh, invite. Yes. Yeah. If you want a hoodie, you can let us know and we'll get you one.
Awesome. The hoodies look good. So I'm currently rocking the Black Rose.
Yes. Do you know what? You've got to have a laugh, right? Get your toggles out. I noticed when I saw the Black Rose Elixirs ones, we already had a few of these in. They are identical. They're really good, aren't they? Like chunky neck.
They are the comfiest hoodies.
They're so good. They're so good. And then I saw that because I thought it had a big chest design, doesn't it? Or is that on the back?
That's on the back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, solid. And they're embroidered as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. Yeah, so it's the same company.
I did the T-shirt on underneath and I was nice and warm.
Yeah, they're really good. They're good quality. There's no doubt about it.
So make sure you go over and get yourself some DripperLabs merch if you so wish. But I think now it's about time we get into the main topic, which was the reason that I reached out to Nick because I speak to Nick sort of regularly, but dad life kicks in and life takes over, and this man's been a busy badger. But I reached out to him the other day and was like, "Come on, mate, on the show. We need an update on what's going on." And then I get a video. Shall I play the little video?
Yeah, I think that kicks things off. And then, let's do that. This is our sort of intro. We did this last year as well. A little flash forward, little sneak peek of where we're going for 2023. And that's what we're going to talk through tonight.
Rested, recharged, ready to go. The question is, are you ready for what we have in store for 2023? DripperLabs is an online mixing platform that's always moving forwards. If you want to be part of the community, start your creator journey today at DripperLabs.com.
I'm not gonna lie. You are so freaking busy. I think I'm busy releasing a couple of extra calls a year, and then I get this list as long as my arm. Oh, do you know? I'm gonna do more than this, but this is just the start of it. Like, fucking hell. How many of it is got like a room full of elves or something just tapping away?
No, do you know what? Every time I put those videos out, Dan is the architect of certainly all of the front end, but basically all of the tech. And every time he goes, I can't watch them. I don't want to know what you signed us up to. I just Just tell me what we need to do this quarter, and yeah, I mean, it's interesting because when you're in it, you always feel like you're not doing enough. It takes too long, whatever. But we've always tried to do things properly. So if you have to wait an extra 2-3 weeks, but what you get is worth it, and it stays, and it's permanent, and it's the right step forward, we'll take our time. But then often I'll look back at something from 2-3 months ago, and I'll go, when I did that show reel, I was looking back at the show reel from 2022, that this is where we're going for 2022. And I couldn't believe, we had no reward points at all. You couldn't do reviews at all. Like the site was just unrecognizably different even in a year. So it's cool.
Every time I look at your site, something else appeared. Something has changed. There's new. Every time I look at it, there's new features. So
that's it, right? We've got basically. We've had pretty much the same vision from the day that it went on, and just one person could make one flavor, and that was all you could do. And that was really it. Make flavor, buy it, you're done. And to everyone else, it's like, oh, there's new stuff. There's new stuff. We reckon we're like halfway to just the stuff we know that we're going to do. And unfortunately, the hard work of the first 18 months and before has been kind of making the mixing platform actually work. Whereas now we're getting onto some of the fun stuff. Like, it does work. Like, the machine's running super smooth, all good. We've got loads of capacity. So it's just all about kind of the engagement, the community side of it, the social side of it, and getting the word out and just building on what we've done so far.
And it showed you that it works out, because DripperLabs are now an award-winning company, aren't they?
Well, Adam, it's funny that you say that. I have absolutely no media to support that fact whatsoever, but anyone in there that voted for us. So yes, that's right. On the eSig Click Awards were in December, and we managed to pick up third place, which you would think, well, it's third place, second loser, isn't it? No, because actually second and first are enormous companies. I had a quick look. So the two companies that ranked top, they've been around for 15 years. They've got 6,000, 9,000 reviews on Trustpilot. And we literally had, at the time, 18 Google reviews. Okay, they're all 5-star, but, it's an example of where we're at. So the fact that the community were so passionate to sort of go and vote for us and all that kind of thing, and even to be recognized, it was honestly the best Christmas present that we could. It was a tough year, right, for all kinds of reasons. It was so nice. And I think that's the other element of this year, is to begin getting a little bit more integrated into the industry. We've been a bit kind of like, we're just doing our own thing. We know where we're going. We know what we're going to do. We take care of our customers. And I think this is now getting into like, no, we want to become a very recognized brand, or that's where we need to go. Yeah. So yeah, we got third place for, now the interesting thing is it was best DIY supplies, I think, or something like that, DIY site. So when we entered, I was really nervous. The trouble is, DripperLabs does not fit into any category going. Yeah. So I thought, they're just going to kick us out. They put us in it, even though we don't sell concentrates. That's not what we do. This sort of new take on DIY, but they let us go through, and we got third place. So we were absolutely made up with that.
I was well chuffed when I saw that.
Well, I know, mate, I saw you were in the running as well, and I was absolutely sure that you and Vape Hut Malden, who are sort of two of our maybe 4 or 5 industry friends that we have, I was absolutely rooting for you guys. So, you placed highly, and I felt almost bad, really. I felt like we'd, stolen something or whatever. But at least one of us, representing the little man, as it were.
Nominated, let alone become...
Exactly.
I think it was
4th,
fifth,
I thought you were.
5th.
4th. No one's going to check.
Better than 6th.
It damn well is. The thing is, it's giving you someone to go, right? I know you're a man, a driven individual. So now you got someone to go, right? So you can 3 more achievements to come.
When it popped up, because I didn't even know they come through, and I was flicking through, and I was like, shit, yes, DripperLabs. I was so happy when you came in third.
I couldn't believe it. Do you know what? It was pretty epic. I just seen Metal Vape 90, who is, by the way, little shout out to Metal Vape 90. He's an absolutely prolific creator. I might even show you that on the website later. but he just this month took the top spot. So he is the most sold creator of all time on DripperLabs. But the reason that deserves some extra kudos is he literally took out the top 2 at the time were both YouTubers. So we got Vaping Biker was in 3rd, Flat Cat Vapor was in 2nd and 1st, and he's just slowly just crept. So big shout out, and thank you to everyone. Oh, that's nice, Dino Sauce. Dino Sauce, he's one of our industry friends. I literally have to count them. There's not many.
Oh, we got Infinite Mods in as well. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well. Right. So, do you want to get through to show us what you've been doing on?
So let's
coming up.
I've got to do so. I'm going to really have to move Steady Eddie on this, so I don't show the wrong screen at the right time or whatever it is. Let me just do this. Yeah, give me 2 more seconds. That's the one. Right. So share screen. Oh, it's already sharing. Okay, cool. So go for it. Let's see what comes up. Cool. There we go. So before we dive in to 2023, as Adam said, we've done a few of these. So I thought I'd show a couple of the new features. I've not got these written down, so I'm going to have to remember. So I know there's a few people in chat who know this place very well indeed. So we did a new homepage last year, but that's going back, very, very far. So the main things that we have added just at the end of last year, I'm just going to kind of keep it December orientated. So up until recently, it was literally just a list. I think it was sorted by most recently published for these flavors. So this is the actually, I'll give it a tiny step back for those who really don't know what we're doing. So DripperLabs is an online mixing platform where you can make flavors for yourself. So custom short fills, you make the recipe online, we deliver the short fill next day. You can buy house flavors, which are these blue ones that we've got here. That's flavors by us using exactly the same ingredients and sliders that you have access to. And the recipes are open source. So you can literally see exactly what's in them. You go, that's lovely, but I'm going to take the gingerbread out of the apple pie and I'm going to add some cinnamon instead, or whatever it is that you want. And then finally, you can publish, if you've created a flavor, your store to our community inspired marketplace. And that's what these are. So we have every single flavor you're looking at here is made by a community member. And one of the things we added recently is the sort mode. So we can see most sold in the last 30 days and we can see most sold all time. And that doesn't sound like something that's very exciting. Well, yeah, fair enough. Like that's, sort by popularity. But you got to remember, literally every line of code, every little bit of the website is designed and built by us. So the fact that we're getting onto some of these things now and bringing the sort of community side of it to life is what's cool about that. And as an extension of that, I'll just show you this one, for example. You've always been able to see community reviews. For people that haven't seen this before, our reviews, of course, are different to everyone else's. So one of the problems we see is everyone getting like kind of, send you some juice for free. You say 5 stars, great juice. That doesn't help people find flavors. So we have this sort of like slightly more in-depth breakdown. So you rank each flavor on different aspects, like the combination, the balance, how original the idea is. Now, personal taste is a good one. It's the place where you can say, well, it's a nice flavor, but it's not for me. And that's a reflection on the creators. Have they described it accurately? Have they been fair about what's in there? And you can show exactly what your vape setup was, and you can even drop a hand check in there if you want. So you've always been able to see that. But what's new, again, at the end of last year is the sales stats. So you can now, just before you buy a flavor, you can go, okay, what am I looking at here? So this is the number 3 all-time top flavor. They've sold 1,770 mil, been on the platform. You can't actually see that. It's probably up here. Nope, somewhere else that's not there at all. But yes, you can see that side of it as well. So that's cool. I will, if anyone wants to ask any questions, throw some in there and we'll have a look. I could see Metal Vape in there. If I don't mention him, I'll just show you what. Do you want to know something cool, Adam?
Go on.
So, oh no, he hasn't published it. Okay, I'll show you. So this guy is a friend of mine. He is using AI to write his descriptions. And his newest flavor, I think it might even be this one as well, he's using AI to generate the imagery. The other person that is doing that is Womble Stew. So these images are all AI. How cool is that?
That's
awesome. This is his flavor called Gift from the Gods. So he sat there and got them to generate a flavor, which is pretty cool. So yeah, a bit of AI. Although okay,
that makes it really personal, which is really good, which is obviously eye-catching. It's like a label on a bottle, isn't it? When you first go into a vape shop, the first thing you look is bottles, don't you? The bottle label.
I'm gonna have to say this again. So where are we? Like I said, this is who is he? So this was written by AI. I literally read that description and wondered why I bother. I literally sit there writing descriptions for house flavors, and I would love to know what his prompt was to do that. But yeah, it just reads perfectly. It's great, and I think he pretty much just said, "Here's all the ingredients I used. Write me a description for a flavor like this." Mad, right? So the next features I want to show you, 2 more, and then we'll go on to what's new, because a lot of people will probably know all this stuff. That's not true. Okay. So I need to go to one that is editable, and I need to, let's do that. Okay. So let's go for those of you who've never seen this, this is literally how easy it is to make a flavor. Let's go this marmalade. I think that's how you spell marmalade. There you go. My camera's blocking the thing. So, the biggest problem that we have is that it does not matter how easy, let's do that, there you go. It does not matter how easy creating flavors is. First timers that come to the website lack the confidence to just get the job done, right? So you've got 2 types of customers. You've got £5 for 30 mil. What could possibly go wrong? Let's give it a shot. And you've got, well, it looks fairly straightforward, but I'm sure I'd cock it up. So we've been adding 2 feet. We've been addressing this over time. We'll see some more on this. We've added some new stuff. So if I just go, well, I like peanut butter, you can now go to this cog here and you can see the pairing suggestions for each flavor. Now, they're handpicked. They come from Jack, our flavor guru. They're get you off in the right direction. So if you go, okay, yeah, they sound like good suggestions. Again, my camera's in the way. Let's add those in. So now I've got those. What might I put with my banana? Let's go with that. So you can sort of flow through. Yeah, I might add a bit of cream. That's a good idea. So those pairing suggestions are just helping people turn kind of simple ideas like I want a mango lemonade or a raspberry and rhubarb into something with a bit more depth, something with a bit more mystery to it, a bit more rounded in its flavors. The other thing that we have up here is the flavor checker. So there's a theme here, which is someone like Guy Reed was saying in the chat that if you need help, just contact us. And we have done that with so many people, and we're always delighted to help you. But having helped 300 people make their first recipes and refine their recipes, you realize that there's a very similar theme. There's a very similar structure to the feedback that you give. So this flavor checker is a step in the right direction for that. So if you do something wrong, it will tell you, give you a bit of a direction. And that's obviously because I've set no flavors whatsoever. I've not given them strengths. Now doing this by looking at the other screen, which is even more weird. So once I've done that, I get a green tick, and I know that that flavor will be solid, and that's really nice. So those are the 3 features I think I wanted. Oh, one more. So I mentioned reviews earlier. So one of the, by the way, it's a terrible marmalade. Don't buy that marmalade. That was very misleading. So everything about DripperLabs is very well thought out, very automated, we're heading in the direction of this living, breathing marketplace, community driven, amazing flavor utopia. But these are the sorts of things you get, right? So when you make a sale, you see that come in here, you get commissions for that. And what we added just at the end of the year, and it's actually made a huge difference, is rewards for reviews. So you can now pick up for whenever you try something, you can leave a review for them, and we give you credits for that. So let's go and look at, God knows what we're in here. So this is kind of all my sales that I've made. We don't particularly push our own products on here. There's just a few, so it's not like I'm saying this is an amazing thing. You get rewards for your invite a friend scheme. So if you send a link to someone, which we can find here, I am going to end this ramble soon. What am I doing? It's up here. Community, invite a friend. So this is a fully automated, again, this is real. I have actually invited 50 people, of which 18 have signed up and 14 have ordered. You copy this link, or if you're with them at the pub, they can scan your QR code. They get £5. If they order, you get £5 in store credit, obviously. But you can actually track how that's going, and they all come up through on your ledger here, so you can see all the people that I've invited and that have gone on to place an order. And now there is a reviews section, so you can pick up rewards for that. And if you want to go and find your reviews, there's this leave a review. This is kind of like your dashboard, your home. So you can get 50 points, it's 50p, if you're the first person to review a flavour. So it's essentially 10% off the bottle. If you're the second or third person to review that particular flavour, you get 25 points, and you get 10 points for everything else. So you can come and see, these are all my kind of like to-do list. I should probably be ashamed. I should probably tidy that up. But yes, that's how it all works. I leave them there so that I can show people examples, you see. All right. Any questions on any of that?
Not so far. The only thing
Amazing.
we've had is Tribal Buddha, who is a good friend of mine. He's an American DIY maker. He wants to chat with you about his own liquids, because he wants to see if he can get them on the website. So
we have, that should be on the list for 2023. International shipping is something that, what with COVID and Brexit and everything else, and where we were at and just kind of to build a brand, we just went, we're UK only. So we have been meaning to address that. So at the moment, we wouldn't be able to ship there. I just thought to round up. So we launched in April 2021. So these are real stats. These are live. They change literally as you place orders. So we've signed up 1,362 people. 4,266 flavors have been created. 1,580 unique flavors purchased, and 8,956 bottles poured and shipped on 1,620 orders. So we always have this debate where people go, are they good numbers? Should we put those out? And I always say they are our numbers. Like I'm super proud of everything we're doing. I don't know how many other brands sell. I don't know if this is minuscule, but it's real. And I think for everyone that's signing up and being part of the community, there's an excitement as you see this growing, as you see more people joining and all that kind of thing. So that's pretty much rounding up that. Do you have any questions yourself, Adam, about what we've got already?
No, it's looking good. It's you've sort of, as you stated, I'm just going to probably repeat what you're saying, but it's cool to see. I'll see you later, Mike. His iPad's running out.
See you, Mike.
That when we first done this, because I think this show might have been the first one you came on, wasn't it? After, or was it Flat Caps?
No, you were our first live, I think.
Yeah, it's from when we first started speaking, and I was doing the flavors and that, to what it is now. It shows that you've gone from just, this is a platform, create your liquids, buy them, that's it, to now it's like you've actually built a proper community. And if you run it properly,
agreed.
And if you run it properly, as in like getting involved and buying other people's liquids, even trying to just expand your own, that it actually works in your favor, because in a way, the more you do, you're getting free liquid because you're building the points, you're writing the reviews, you're learning. It's like a whole massive community together, which is awesome, is what we need.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. I agree. And it's wicked when people get it, because like I said, we don't really fit in many of the existing boxes. We don't have ambassadors, social medias. We do very select giveaways. So like the classic model is just not where we're coming from. This is all about you getting access. So the basic idea was we're real vapors, and the problem we had is you go into a shop, you gamble on a flavor, And it's not to say that you don't find good ones, but you also find lots of bad ones. My favorite phrase that someone ever said is, in vaping, you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince. And that is the best summary of how it goes. So you get this juice graveyard that grows. Some of it's quality related, or maybe like you fell for the brand or something. But the reality is, even the good flavors, you're like, it's close to what I want. I just want it a bit colder, or I just wish the rhubarb was a bit stronger. So that the starting place for all of this was, if someone could make their own flavor, then they might not get it first time, but within 2 or 3 iterations at most, they are going to home in on that all-day vape that they've been looking for that whole time. And the sort of underlying principle was absolutely no quibbles on epic quality. Like, we only buy genuinely the very best concentrates. Our ingredients are multi-concentrate mixes. They're pre-steeped. So you're getting the very best individual authentic ingredients that we can give you. And again, that's because we're not mass production. I'm not saying, again, I'm not trying to say that everyone that does mass production is facing margins, but most mainstream e-liquid goes through distribution and is done in huge quantities. So if they can save pence on a bottle, it pays back, and everyone needs to take a cut. Whereas we only sell direct to vapors, which is why it's such good value for what you get. And we are just never going to quibble on the quality of the ingredients. And you can speak to any customer in chat who will attest to that. The quality is pretty epic. And then it's just all the geeky engineering that made it possible on top. Anyway, it's enough of all that. Me blowing my own trumpet, or our own trumpet. Let's see if I can do this without making a complete pig's ear of it. That'll do.
Sorted.
Easy peasy. So we've seen that video. First of all, anyone in chat that has not tried DripperLabs, there's a few, hopefully everyone who's already on the platform, there's a few promos knocking about that you know about. If not, tell me and I'll let you know one. But for anyone who's in chat who has not tried DripperLabs, Cartel 20 is live until midnight tomorrow. If you put that in as you check out, you'll get 20% off your first order, which has to be 25 quid or more. So if you spend 25 quid, you'll pay 20. And as an example, we talked about these flavors that we've given out today that we'll talk, I'm desperate to get one going, Adam. We have to get one.
I've already got one sitting on the wicks.
So we do 30ml bottles. So that's a great way to try something. If you want to spread your wings, try a whole load of mixed flavors. You don't have to buy these. You can get any 6 30ml bottles with Nick shots. You can get them as 40, 60, 50, 50, up to 6 milligrams, salt or freebase, any flavor on the platform. You can configure it how you like, 70, 30, all that good stuff. You can get 6 of those with Nick shots delivered for £20 if you use Cartel 20, and you'll be on your way to the loyalty scheme, which is also great. If you spend 20 quid with us 3 times, we give you £20 in store credit, which is the biggest single lump of rewards you'll ever get. So yeah, go and get involved. The reason we structure it like that with that, so you've got those cards I gave you in your parcel.
Not on.
Don't worry if you haven't.
No.
So we got 3 loyalty cards. By the time you get to the 3rd one, you get your 20 quid credits. The reason we do that is because it's a reward for getting through that initial learning curve. It's not difficult, and we'll show you that in a minute. But you get your first one, you'll get calibrated. You've got a reference point. The second one will be pretty close. Maybe you're starting to try some new things. That 3rd order where you're like, this is what I'm all about. That's where we give you the reward. And as an example, if of our customers that have ordered twice, 80, it's actually higher than that, but let's round up. 85% of people that order twice will go on to order 5 or more times. That is what it's about. Once you discover this ecosystem, this kind of like confidence to explore, there are 78 ingredients that you can mix with. Once you get in, you really will get the bug. It's super easy, no equipment. There you go. It's another strong pitch.
Billy Lee Rice is already on the website and she's going to give it a try.
Oh, Billy Lee Rice, you're a total legend. I will keep an eye out for your order. Make sure you use Cartel 20 when you log out, or check out rather. Okay, which one did you drip, Adam? Don't log
I
out.
haven't dripped yet. I'm still on the normal one. The one I've dripped on is I've gone for Connor's one, the peanut butter on the waffle.
Right. I've never tried it. So let's have a look. Let's see if I can do that. Let's go and find Connor's flavor. So the fact that it's on this yellow label is, so the first step is a pink label called Create. In fact, that's a good picture to show. Where's it gone? Gallery. So you get pink Create bottles, then yellow when you publish them to the store, and they go blue when they become released flavors. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go and find Connor's flavor to see what it's all about. So I'll show you another cool thing about DripperLabs. So one of the problems of online shopping for e-liquid is finding flavors, because you trust a sales description. You got to pick from the branded images. On DripperLabs, because every flavor comes through this slider system, although you can't see the sliders that someone's used, you can search by actual ingredients. So I know this has got peanut butter in it. I also know it's got banana in it. So let's go and get that. And we should have somewhere reasonably near the top, peanut butter on the waffle. Let's go there. So this is Connor's product page. He's made this himself. I can promise you he did not use AI. That is his. Oh, there you go. So let's read it out. Enjoy a Moorish childhood classic. Imagine you slapped a huge slab of peanut butter onto a crispy warm waffle, sprinkled it with bananas and a couple of drizzles of toffee sauce. Well, that's exactly what this is. Perfect for those who love their sweet flavors. He's had one review, which is from Manny, and Manny said that this was great ingredient choices, well balanced, very original, and right up his street. We know that he had it on a 70/30, and therefore we've got a 5-star bottle right here. So far, he's only sold 2. Last one was 2 weeks ago, so go and give him a hand. By the way, your 2 and my 2 don't count towards his sales. So he has got banana, cream, peanut butter, sweetness, toffee, and waffle. Have you done the knuckle test?
Oh, no, I don't knuckle test it.
You don't?
No, because it fucks my taste buds up. I always go.
It smells rich. The toffee's coming through. Oh, the peanut butter's punchy. What am I going to go for? I'm going to put it on this one, I think.
See, I've got it on quite a hot mech, so this might come out really nice.
What wattage are you at? Oh, mech. Sorry, stupid question. Pay attention.
Yeah, I'm running these on 0.09s. So
okay, nice. Tom Brady sent me some 0.08s once, and we did about 25 checks on batteries, did a load of Googling or whatever. He gave me the nod, and that was a fantastic vape.
Yeah, 0.09 is my sweet spot. Right, let's get this good.
Right, peanut butter on the waffle, V1.0. All recipes on the platform are version controlled. Another little. I should say, Adam's bottles were poured yesterday. Mine was poured today. We do recommend 48 hours for the steep, and obviously these rich desserts do get a lot better with time. But the fruity, well, all of them can be vaped straight away, as we're going to do, because you're not waiting for concentrates to mix with VG. They're pre-steep. You're just waiting for the flavors to mix with each other. So the banana mixing with the cream, which is the peanut butter. How are you getting on there, Adam?
I reckon if I give that a solid week and a bit steeping, because I'm not getting any waffle at the moment. I'm getting a bit of peanut butter. Right, guys. I'm getting some banana.
Hey!
So I reckon if I give it a week, the bakery notes and that is going to start coming out a lot more.
We don't know how strong each of those elements are. We know they're in there. So the waffle, well, obviously he's got the picture in the description. So those ingredient tags, it could be there because there's a 15% hint of waffle, could be there. So I'm getting So it's different because I know how they all come together and I sort of can pick them out. So I'm definitely getting the banana, but it's subtle. I'm getting the waffle. I think is what the waffle's doing is toning the peanut butter down. So normally that peanut butter is quite punchy, and I don't think he's got it super strong in this. So the waffle and the peanut butter are kind of working together. It's like a sort of nutty waffle. The toffee's interesting. On the smell and the knuckle test, I felt there was more toffee than I'm getting on the vape.
Yeah, I'm not getting very much toffee, but I would love to let that steep for a little while, for a good week, and I reckon that's going to be a puck of liquid once that's.
I think so. I have seen his recipe as well, and I think what he's done, which is brave, or rather, what a lot of people tend to do is crank everything up, so you end up with like strong everything. I think he's been confident enough to go, that's the shape of the profile I want, and I'm going to let that stand as it is. So I think you're right. Maybe the extra steep is going to help bring it out. That's pretty nice. To me, I wouldn't say it's sickly. I was expecting it to be a bit more sickly than that.
No,
it's pretty smooth.
I was waiting to get hit in the face with peanut.
I mean, he did say he was going to slap you in the face with a peanut. So there you go. Right. So let's go back to that. I think there we go. So what do you want to do? Do you want to crack on forward? Are you going to re-wick, or are you going to? I don't know how you're going to roll with this.
I'm going to re-wick as you talk. I literally need 2 minutes.
All right. So we've done the 2022 stuff. Little recap there. We wanted to talk about this. So new ingredients doesn't require a huge intro. There are 78 ingredients right now. We launched the platform with 46. So in 18 months, we've added, quick maths, 32. And we have plans for at least 16 more. So we built all of the automation behind this platform. By the way, I've got to say it, all of these sides are lopsided because I thought the cameras were going to go in over the top here. So do apologise for that no one would notice and only me would care.
I'm technically inept.
So what's getting exciting about the ingredients is a lot of the heavy hitters, the obvious ones are there. So you really can go to town. So what's interesting, like we've just added this clementine, which is this part of this clementine slush. And it's the first time really, there's a couple of others. We've got strawberry and strawberry jam. I think it's the only, and we've got apple and green apple. So normally they're quite different. So you've now got two types of apple, and the clementine is obviously slightly different to the orange. You might go, they taste the same. So you've got orange is like more like the acidic kind of orange juice that you would get. And the clementine is more like a sweet, sort of like just a sweeter, but still nice and sharp, but not being acidic addition. So we're starting to get into some of the nuance now where maybe as like a really expert creator, you might go, oh, I want to mix my apples. And that's something that a few people have asked for over the time. So there are still brand new ones like salted caramel and all that kind of thing. So we will keep you posted. But yes, always more ingredients coming. And then every time we do that, we do more house flavors. Are you wicking the clementine slush next?
Yeah, I'm nearly finished wicking.
What? Yeah. So I'm just going to show you the difference between these DripperLabs recipes. So where's the clementine slush? There you go. So all of these, you can...
Rewicked.
That's outrageous. So like I said, our recipes are open source. So because what we are doing here is more about the platform, more about the community than it is about our flavors. It's about our ingredients, not our flavors. We're not overly precious about the recipe. So that is the exact recipe for clementine slush, which means that you can go and clone it. You can copy it. There's a few shortcuts to be able to do that really quickly as well. So this is what you're about to vape and wick. So we've got the clementine boosted by that orange, a little bit of lemon lime, which is, again, that's like a little bit more, again, to use the word acidic, than the pure lemon. It's not as sharp. It's a little bit more like you'd expect. Our coldest house flavor to date. Sweetness is a good, like, quick thing to talk about. So a lot of vapors are very precious about their sweetness level. You know, they don't want it too sickly, or they're looking to preserve coil life. We just let you choose. So mainstream e-liquid, we say, is about 40 to 60. The default on and you make a brand new recipe, is 40. Sweetness has this effect to amplify the overall flavor profile. So it's very important that you have it, but you can turn it down to 20, 10 if you really want, and you know what you're doing. You can take it out completely, but that's cool as well. So there you go. That's what a house flavor is all about. There you go. So every time we introduce new ingredients, we release new house flavors to go with it, to show you examples of how you might use some of those new toys. So this is the first big reveal for the show that no one has seen before, apart from maybe a couple of the real insiders. This is launching this month, and it's an extension of what I was saying earlier about really showing people just how easy it is to make flavors on the platform. So instead of going straight into the creator, we will have a flavor wizard. The other thing that's cool is you'll be able to access this even if you don't have an account. So when you hit start creating on Nick's nuts. Sorry, I just reading the comments. So when you come onto the website, if you've never created and you go start creating, this is what you'll see rather than a sign up sheet, and you'll be able to add custom flavors to the cart, and you'll only need to sign up to check out. And I'll just say a few things about what's going on here. So we've got the automatic product image, which is built out of the flavors you choose. The basic structure is we ask you to, and again, this is just straight up derived from a lot of conversations with real customers making flavors. So you start off by picking your primary ingredients. They're the two strongest flavors that stand out in your recipe. So in this case, cola and cherry. We then ask you to boost we take them one at a time. So what are we going to do to boost the cola? Let's take another example like custard. You're going to maybe make it creamier. You're going to add some cream. You're going to add some vanilla. Maybe you're going to add some butterscotch to take it in a different direction. You're rounding your custard out. The custard's great on its own, but this is how you give your flavors that depth, that special, unique profile that gives a bit more than just a simple kind of two headline flavor. Then we boost the other one. So maybe the cherry gets boosted with a little bit of strawberry, a little bit of rhubarb. So you're rounding out your two individual elements. That little quirky 100 is actually going to be a little favorite heart. So this is not blindly dropping you in to our ingredients list. So when you pick those two primary flavors, we have built out an entire flavor matrix, 78 ingredients against 78 ingredients, how well they go together. So it's like pairing matrix on steroids, pairing suggestions on steroids. So you're getting a sorted list where these are the things that are going to not only just work well with the cherry, but will work well with both of the flavors you picked. And then you pick those two. The enhancers, we're going to do a nice touch there. I've only got one screenshot. The problem is when you say someone says, I want it cold, with that slider, they don't really know how cold is. So for the modifiers section, your sweetness, your tangifier, and your cooler, it will just say low, medium, or high. Do you want it very sweet, very cold, very menthol, or whatever? And then finally, the punchline to all of this is it's going to set your sliders for you. You'll be able to randomize the strength, so you can like roll the dice, give me another. You can tweak them and change it if you want, but it's basically going to build your recipe in about 10 or 15 clicks. And it's going to follow the structure of exactly what we have helped other people do time and time again to get those, their simple flavors to be exceptional. And finally, it's all a complement to the existing advanced editor that we already have. So anything you make on this, you can then go and add the bells and whistles and the extra stuff to it that you need.
That's proper fancy, isn't it?
Do you know how many? Do you know how many pairing suggestions there are? Let me just do that. So 78 times 78. Ooh, 78 times 78. It's mirrored for the most part. So there are 3,042 direct one-to-one. We've gone, how well do they work together on a scale of 1 to 5, with 6 being that is an exceptional match. They are a match made in heaven. It's going to amplify your chosen ingredient. And what we won't show you anything that's below a 3. So, and that's for both ingredients. So it's pretty bulletproof.
That's awesome. Well, we've just Billy Lee Rice has put in her. She's made her first order.
Woo! I should probably get a notification at some point. Thank you so much, Billy. You will not be disappointed. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm ready to go with this clementine. I can smell it, and it is smelling good.
Go for it. I've got it in this one already. Come on, talk to me, buddy.
That's fucking amazing.
I know, right? Isn't that insane? Isn't that absolutely ridiculous?
I'm not being funny. I like it super, super cold. I would have loved that so much colder, but it would have taken away from the flavour.
Exactly. And I think the levels are about right. You could crank it, you could go make it colder, but you do run that risk. We found in general cooler does mute other flavours, but there's probably room to funk it out. But how well does that work? It's so tangy. It's so fresh.
So I'm getting a bit overexcited here.
So I've got that as a 3 milligram salt. That's one of our house flavors, by the way. You can get it, you can clone it if you want to try and make it colder. If you want to, I had to make one for Gaz, the Flat Cat Vapor, that was less cold, because I just know, bless his little heart, he just can't do it. So I made one called, I think it's called Clementine Flatty or something like that. And I just did exactly that. I just took the cooler out of it and popped it down. Isn't that, what do you go on? I need to shut up. It's not for me to say. What do you think?
That's outstanding. That's outstanding.
This is the first flavor that I had. So the reason I've never imagined winning a best flavor award is because there are too many on DripperLabs. You'd have to put a marketing campaign behind one flavor nationwide and just keep pushing it. You have to, that's how it works. That's how you gotta be so prominent with a single range or single flavor. That's just not what we're about. When I tasted that flavor, I went, that deserves an award. That is that good. It is exceptional, that clementine.
I'm getting a bit of the actual rind as well with it.
That's the orange, I think. So the orange, really, which nice, is more acidic. So it's boosting the clementine, but it's also, so it's primarily that sweetened clementine, the naturally sweet clementine, but that orange is giving it the sort of the after harsher, slightly harsher orange.
I'm happy I put no nick in these now, because I'll be on the floor by the end of it.
Right. There you go, mate. It's such a good flavour. It's such a good flavour. And it really works well across the devices as well. It holds up across them all. You still get plenty of flavours on the other. Does anyone want to ask any questions about the Flavour Wizard? Oh my God, Billy looks like she's placed an absolute stormer of an order.
Yeah, and you got the clementine slushy as well. Good girl. I think I might
absolutely awesome.
Do you do litre bottles?
We do. So the standard offering is 30 and 60. We have some people that buy in big bulk quantities. So the interesting question we always ask about big bottles is, are you doing it because you want the big bottle physically, like convenience, or are you doing it because you want a price break for spending a fortune? Now, if you want a price break for spending a fortune, we will sort you out. We have a few price breaks. We actually have one customer who, I don't know if I should say that. We have one customer who buys £400 worth of one flavour in every time he buys. One flavor. That's I can't remember how many he gets. 50 odd bottles at a time.
Man knows what he likes.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of it.
Yeah. He's a true whale. Right. So Clementine Slush. I kept it in a device to the side, mate, because there was no way I was getting rid of that. So next up on that flashy warp drive video was releasing your flavors. And this is the only thing that we owe from our original vision. So like I said, we're getting onto the fun stuff, community, social, forums, chat, all that stuff is what we're going to talk about in a minute. This is the only bit of tech debt that we have at the moment. You cannot move your flavor beyond yellow. So you can create a flavor that's private to you. You can publish it to the store. You can make changes to it. It's a fluid thing. If someone gives you a review, maybe they give you an idea, something to add to it to make it better. You can just change it and update the published version. I'll just show you how to do that quickly. So when you come into here, so when you purchase a flavor, it becomes locked. And once you have a locked flavor, you have the choice to publish it to the store. Literally, all you do is turn on the flavors that you've used or that you want to show on those searches so people can find it, build your product page out, hit go, and that is literally it. It'll be instantly on the top of the Discover Community Inspire Marketplace as latest releases. It's free. Every time you make a sale, you get commission, etc., etc., etc. So that's this bit. Now that we have reviews, and that's what it's been waiting for, you will soon be able to move your own flavors. At the moment, everybody thinks blue is a house flavor, which is kind of true. But what it was always meant to be was a locked, community validated recipe. So that is coming. It won't be a high bar. You'll need, say, like 3 to 5 reviews of 3 stars. That's why we've just released the rewards for reviews, to make sure we're encouraging people to try untried flavors and to leave reviews. So let's say 3 4-star reviews or above, to be confirmed, and you will have the choice to move your flavor to blue and release. When you do that, you will get double commission. So instead of getting, at the moment, you get 25p for a 30 mil. That'd be one of these, 25p. You get 50p if you sell a 60 mil. That will double if you sell a released flavor. So you will get 50p in credit for selling a 30 mil and £1 commission for selling a 60 mil. But with great power comes responsibility. You will not be able to change your recipe. You can change the logo, the product page, the descriptions, the tags. We don't know if you'll be able to change the name. That is to be confirmed. We think you probably have to stick with the name, but you can change the images and the description and the tags. But your recipe will be truly locked in, which means anyone that's buying them, as it knows, they're going to get exactly the same version every time. So that is releasing your flavors and the end of the little stuff to do with creating. Any questions? Not
at the moment. Billy Lee Rice can't wait to try them. Ern wants to know if any Brit wants to adopt a 40-year-old. He needs to move to the UK.
Nice one, Ern. So Billy, we will upgrade your first order. We do that we do loads of stuff that we don't tell people. If you're a super consistent customer, we just upgrade your shipments to 24 hours anyway. I don't know what you picked, but we will upgrade your order to 24-hour. It will ship on Monday. So literally you're going to have these in your hand, Billy, on Tuesday morning. And that's true. They're all poured to order. If you'd have made a custom flavor that does not exist, one of the quite literally mathematically trillions of flavors that you could create on the platform, they're delivered the very next day. So Tuesday morning for you, Billy. Thank you very much. So on to some community stuff. So we launched these automated emails. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram. If you don't, you should, or please would you, because that's cool. And we can get you latest, greatest messages about all the stuff that's going on. And we try pretty hard with our media to do something that's a little bit different. So these are completely data-driven emails. All of those stats that we saw about how many you've sold and what's going on, that's existed in our platform for a long time and been completely invisible to the community. So they only know how they are doing on their own sales. They have no reference point for other people. So these emails go out on the 1st of every month. There's 2 emails. I'm showing snapshots of just one at the moment. There's also a detailed creator breakdown, which is very specific to you. It's about, are you using images? Have you got all the tags set up? How you might get more sales, those kinds of things. This is the community newsletter. So we have top creator each month and top products each month, the top 3 for both. There's some promo codes and some what's new and what's coming in there as well. So this kind of data is coming to the site. So we should be able to go here and go leaderboards. I want to see a live, it's a bit like at the moment I showed earlier, you can now get a feel for it. You can come in here and see kind of what's the best flavor, but we can't sort the creators by top creators. We can't show a leaderboard. We don't have most recent reviews. So if you go to someone, you can see the reviews, but we don't have like a living, breathing table. If you just wanted to go searching by the latest reviews of what's going on. So those are the kind of things that come under this category, and they're not far away. There'll be easy wins after we finish the Wizard, which is going up this month.
Awesome.
Yes. Do you know what? If you could only see, I'm going to show you another example in like 4 or 5 slides time. I've got another example of how amazing the data on the community is. Like, we know every recipe to the milligram. We know everything you've bought. We know everything you love. One of the things that's cool in the creator breakdown, we show you a stack ranked list of ingredients you buy the most, whether you know it or not. Like, it will literally say you've tried raspberry 112 times or bought something with raspberry in it 112 times. It will say, and it shows you underneath, here's 6 ingredients you've never tried. So, it's starting to help you browse and sort of spread your wings, as it were. Okay. Sorry, go on. We pause for breath. Do you want to get your vape on?
I'm poised and ready to go. I'm re-wicked and everything.
Right, I've got one more. I kept this mech back. I think we should do the apple pie if it's not too emotional for you.
No, I'm good. Hang on, where is it? You're lucky I didn't drip on it.
And then you're going to have to re-wick for the old community cluster pie. Hopefully we'll keep Gaz's attention for long enough. What? Remind me what you don't lit knuckle test because it blows your taste buds out.
Well, do you remember when we done battle drips? How
I
shit
do.
is mine? I can tell you if it's nice or if it's rubbish. And if I have anything that I always find, if I put it on my tongue, it just buggers everything up for me. That's why I just drink loads of water.
If anybody wants, so Battle Drips is a YouTube show format that we bonkersly created. Basically 2 contestants make a flavor for each other, and then there's a blind taste testing. I'll see if I can find a that might not be so easy. I'll see what I had to have a look over here. Let's just try can you just play a normal video on YouTube? Does that work with the sound for you?
May do. Give it a go.
May do. Yeah, sounds like worth that. So if you just see if you can find, I was going to show, actually, there you go, the highlights reel of the one with Gaz. We could do yours, but that's the full one. I've got a highlights reel. Let's see if it works. So even without the sound, maybe if someone in chat could say whether there's sound.
No.
I don't hear you. So this is the format of the show, basically. So we built this entire program just for the live streaming show. This actually connects to the YouTube API. So these chat messages are coming up. And the thing that made Battle Drips fantastic, and it will be back, don't worry, is you could play along at home. So we gave you a couple of weeks head start. You could buy the flavors. You, before the show starts, have your own guesses using the recipe book, and you can enter them. And basically we gave some awards out. So it was absolutely bonkers. You make your guesses. You've got these special weapons. I'll see if I can cut to the chase. After you've got your headlines, these are some of the special weapons. after you've got as an air strike, you can get 4 in one go. It's basically not a rip-off, it's a play on battleships, if that didn't come across.
I got to be honest, that was a good fun episode. I really enjoyed that, even though I was probably the worst guest you could have ever had on, but it was good fun. I really enjoyed it.
And then this is the final punchline. You had to guess the exact strength. And I'm 0 for 2. I've been beaten by both of my guests, but Adam was adamant that I was far too generous with my clues and help. So that was Battle Drips. Why are we talking about that? You were saying about you blew your taste buds out when you, yeah.
Yeah, I've too much of lots of stuff when I was younger. I can't say very much. Connor said he's just tried the Clementine slush in Holy Amazeballs. It's a stunner.
It is a truly standout, and I'm just going to say it, even if it never gets it, it's an award-winning flavour. It is deserving of it, and I'm not blaming it. Okay, cool.
Right,
so,
ready?
Yes, the apple pieing.
Yeah, let's get it going.
It's only on the 2-day steep still.
But that's apple pie, hands down.
I'm very honoured that that's the first apple pie thing you've had since such a moment.
Yeah, at least 15 years. Am I smoking you out over there? No.
Got to try harder.
Metal Vape said it's crazy how close he got to making the arse in the sand.
Yes, that's right. I remember. There you go. This is for those watching. This is what we're vaping on at the moment. So another house flavor, totally transparent on what's in it. So we've got the apple, the pie pastry. They're your leads, as it were. Gentle spices. So we've got the gingerbread and the caramel adding to that pie pastry element. The dragon fruit, which is unexpected, is sharpening up the apple. It has this, if you use it in small amounts, it has the effect of making an apple slightly, or any fruit actually, slightly more just picked, a little bit tartar. And that's what I think helps it taste more like a Bramley's apple pie, like a little pot cake, rather than a sort of one of those in the picture.
I was going to say, it tastes like the little individual ones you used to get as a kid.
That's exactly what I agree. And I think that is the dragon fruit that does that, sharpens up. And we've actually now got a green apple. I'd love to do this with a bit of green apple as well. We didn't have it at the time. Again, it's going to steep. All of the desserts are going to benefit from 10 days, even though you can vape them straight away.
Do you know what? Really nice. I'm really enjoying that. So I'm looking forward to that steeping as well. I'll be back on the apple pie. You might have broke the cherry.
So what's next? All of the stats, we're going to see this totally come to life. So that's just a gesture of it, what I showed earlier. It will be like on a creator tile when you come in here. You'll literally be able, so we're going to have a new enhanced tile. So you'll literally be able to see lots of different information at a glance. You can see their rank. You can see how much they've sold, which is again kind of where we've been going with this. And on your creator breakdown, you see how you rank overall, all time, every time, once a month. So that's cool. So I'll be honest, I didn't have time to do all of this stuff. So I'll quickly rattle through these things. Achievements. Always wanted to do this. It's about letting someone see at a glance what you're all about. Are you a prolific reviewer? Are you an incredible creator? Are you the most custard head on the platform? Whatever it is. So you'll be able to unlock these badges. An example, Metal Vape sold his 100th bottle about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So he should have a badge. And when you go in, you'll be able to see on their account all the different achievements they've had. Chat, you can actually live chat with someone. If you leave them a review, you can talk back and forward like, hey, that's great, thanks for that, have you got any suggestions, what might I do? I don't know how many people are using that on a daily basis. What we really want is the ability to just chat with your friends and ask questions, which is kind of related to creator forums. So leaning on the expertise of all of the great creators that we have. If you wanted to ask Metal Vape a question, and there's plenty of others, David Boyce, Black Cat, there's loads of people on there who have really got to the advanced level with these. Even that, like, we're thinking about having a kind of verified creator, like whether we look at your account or we look at aspects of what you're doing. If you perhaps even complete a bit of trading, or maybe it's on your 5th order, whatever it is, but something that just at a glance says this creator knows what they're doing. Jack H95 earlier was saying about the time that I got drunk on a stream. That was the DripperLabs Awards 22. We'll be doing that again, which is kind of like the all singing and dancing award ceremony that happens in May, all creator community driven, which takes us on to other cool stuff going on in the store. So gifting, there is a hack, an Easter egg way of gifting to another user at the moment, which is, if we go, we're already there. So let's go. This one here, this flavor, if you did want to give someone credit, the total value that you spend on this product, you can gift by using the order note. So if you tell us, we will give that commission or that spend to a friend. We've had a few people do it. Lovely birthday present, lovely gift, lovely just gesture. Maybe someone wants you to try their flavor, so you give them 500 points. And you can just add that to your order. So, but that's not good enough. What we want you to be able to do is, pick a user. Maybe it's someone that you're following or that you're friends with on the platform, and actually gift them a specific flavor, but not the configuration. So you go, I'm going to give you one of my apple pies. You get to pick whether you want it salts or pod or 40/30 or whatever. Yeah. You'd be able to choose whether you want to pay for the shipping. So proper gifting. Suggestions for you, I'm going to show you in a minute. Merch and hardware is a no-brainer. At the moment, we are an entirely juice-based platform, online shop. We don't want to go, we're not trying to compete with eSig One or whatever, anything like that. All we want to do is offer, there's a lot of people that like representing DripperLabs with the merch, and some starter kits, some sensible options, like a really good flavor banger for the gold mode, something in the middle, and a starter kit. We're seeing a huge amount of people coming off disposables, looking to get onto a different platform, onto reusable, refillable vapes. So just offering a sort of one-stop shop, stocking the coils for it, that sort of thing. And then those last two, or the follow the creators and newsfeed, is the glimmer of where we're going, if you add it onto live chat, of this real social community network, if you want, of vaping, so that you can get, if you're following Adam as a creator, when he releases a new flavor or when he pushes something to released, or an early access, you're going to get a notification. The top winners of each category each month, the various things going on, you've got a sort of living, breathing, an extension, like we've kind of got this notifications, but again, it's very internal. It's very you placed an order, you invited a friend, you did a thing. We want sort of more community news coming in to that. Will you be stocking some Cloudtail coils and cotton? Yes, we most definitely will. I've actually got some in the post on the way. Right. Is everyone still enjoying this? Any questions? Lots of clapping. Lovely. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. Okay. My colleagues will be wincing as I show such a crude thing. So there's like there's a pipeline. We have the database, the data, and what we do is kind of develop ideas before they go into the website. So we sort of explore that data, understanding what it can do for us. So what you're looking at here is how flavor suggestions are going to work. So we've categorized all of the 78 ingredients into higher level categories. Down here, the highest level, it's like a major category. This is a minor category. It doesn't matter exactly what they are, but even that little subtlety there, so breaking cooler out into how strong the cooler was. This is not using ingredient tags. This is real recipe data. Now, why this is cool is, so what you're looking at the moment is the flavor profile. So it's every milliliter of flavor that we have shipped mapped against that flavor chart, like spider chart. So that is what has been purchased from the platform. So it's all yes. So loads of peachy, tangy fruits, not so much candy and citrus. Desserts a standout popular one. And then what we've got is the red side. They look the same at the moment. The red side is what our customers have purchased, and the blue side is what the recipes that have been created are. Now, it makes loads of sense that they are super well correlated. Don't worry, I am getting to a punchline here. I hope this is making sense. So we can see that fruit is really, really popular. Desserts are really, really popular. And then some outliers. This is an example for a real user of their flavor preferences on the left. That's what this person has bought. So that's their splat, if you want. That's their spider chart. And on the right, I've put the top 10 flavors that suit them. So we're literally matching up anything on the platform that's available to the specific preferences of a user, and that is just the top 10. I mean, I could literally give you all 4,000 flavors in rank order, and you can see that it's finding for us super tangy, citrusy, candy, whatever it is, flavors. Yeah. So it's matching them up. So it's just another example of using kind of real data that we have access to, which just doesn't exist. Like, so we already have a buy it again carousel. So down here, this is just a ranked order of flavors you've bought that you might like to try again. There's not much more to it than that. It's very functional. This is helping you branch out, but staying within the flavors you like. So if you're not, searching by name, or you've never heard of Metal Vape, but he might have made something that suits you really well, it's going to bring those up and suggest them for you. What do you think?
Oh, you're getting a bit fancy now, aren't you? Check you out. And Gaz said 100% Nick has a graph for everything.
Yeah, you gotta. This is
but it's really interesting because I think as an everyday vapor and someone that's only used the site to make a liquid and try it out, and that you don't realise that it actually builds a profile, and you've actually managed, because I've never seen it before, someone actually capture that image of what you like and say, well, there you go. We've known that you're mainly tangy fruits and that. Well, why don't you look at something like this along the same route? Because I know there's a lot of vapors. Like a good mate of mine, he's been vaping 7 years and he vapes the same liquid for 7 years.
So that is the most common story we heard over and over again. Yeah. And it's because the way it works is you're expected to go and pick a random flavor, some good, some graveyard. And what happens is you just get sick and fatigued and bored of being disappointed. So you go, I know that one's good and I know that one's good and I can't keep wasting money on juice. And this is like totally flipping on its head, because you come in, the only thing you need to know is what you like to vape. And within those 1 or 2 iterations, you're going to make it fantastic. And what we see is, because of the consistency, actually, Flatcat really summed this up. He said he must have tried 20 flavors from us. He said the one thing that is incredibly consistent is the smooth, the way it vapes, the quality of the individual ingredients. It comes across every time. And what we see happen is they start to widen out again. So they come in to replicate what they already vape. And then they go, well, actually, if they're all this good, why wouldn't I try a coffee? Like maybe I should try a pecan or something, a nut that I've not had before. But they go there with such a much higher chance of getting good results with just like consistent quality, obviously. So, and again, it's the nuance. Like, this is a nice idea, but if you just said they have purchased cooler or a recipe with cooler in it, that's not really good enough, because some people like a little bit of cooler and some people like it really cold. So that's why we develop these things and dive into them. So really what we should be doing as well is layering on top of this. So that is what Chapter Vines has purchased. We should be layering on top his reviews, because he might have said that wasn't for me. So he might have said that's a good flavor, but it wasn't for me. So we bring more and more layers into it to get you just more and more access to just flavors you're going to love, basically.
A warning to everyone: DripperLabs is a rabbit hole. Once you get in, it is that sort of rabbit hole though. Once you get in and you start working it out, because I've got to be honest, when you first look at it, you're a bit like, oh, you remember when you walked me through it? I was a bit like, oh God, and I'm going all over the shop. But once you understand it and you take a bit of time, it's actually really simple to use. And with tools like this and what you've created now, it's coming out in 2023, and the suggestions, it makes it less scary to go, actually, let me try something a little bit different. And knowing the basics of it. And do you know what? The one thing that you put on this that I love, and it's so simple, is you can't see me pointing, but on the slider bars, I'm pointing at the screen.
The color gradients
is the strong, medium background.
Yeah.
Just a simple thing like that makes a hell of a difference.
The thing that makes that clever is you just see it as a color. Now, a lot of people, not you personally, but you don't realize that they're different. So when you first look at it, you think they're all the same and it's just saying low and high. What it's actually doing is it's giving you a specific impact of a given recipe. So if I make a new revision of this, let's put something like honey in there, or anise is another one. So it just amplifies the example. You can see here, look, these are going intense and strong, like sub 50%. So the impact of anise on a recipe, the impact of honey down here, if I then put something like natural yogurt in there, it's going to be like the complete opposite. So it's passive, subtle. To really get it to taste very yogurty, you need to be up here. So each of those slider color gradients is specific to an ingredient. But the really clever thing about that is that's solving a problem that you don't even know exists in DIY. You don't have to know. So one of the difficult things about DIY is you think that more concentrate gives more flavor, but there's like a cliff. Every concentrate has a cliff where you can't just keep adding it and it just tastes more and more. It just suddenly tastes like chemicals. So as part of that individual gradient bar, we've also capped the max for each one. So we've set the 100% at the strongest that you can have a specific ingredient before you go over that cliff. That's how we give you consistent quality. And then the rest is just up to you. You've got your flavor space, as it were. So you've got to play some games sometimes if you want to, which is the same. That's true of mixing. There's only so much space in a bottle. There's only so much concentrate capacity that you can fit in. So yeah, the goal is always to try and end up with something simple, but where we're solving real problems that you just don't need to know about. And anyone who's done real DIY, the learning curve is steep, right? It's a good sort of 6-9 months journey to be able to make truly custom flavors. Like, it's easy enough to buy concentrates and clone or copy something on a recipe sharing site. It's a whole different ball game inventing flavors that work with good results.
Well, I think we've already got Billy Lee Rice down the rabbit hole. She wants to make a good dandelion and burdock.
Oh, blimey! We've got the elderflower. That's your starting. What's the dandelion and burdock? Elderflower and.
So I remember
put you on the spot there, Adam.
My granddad used to drink dandelion and burdock.
Let's have a look. Burdock. The other thing that's interesting is I don't know if it's a beverage consumed in the British Isles. Oh no, that doesn't look like elderflower. What's the? The question there was, what's it good for? Fermented dandelion. So I think the elderflower is the right angle. It's a bit of a it's a curveball for sure. What I will say is let me go and find that example. It was actually in the, it was in the, again, let's see there. This little fella here. So school run breakfast. Jack H95 has got a real habit of making things that aren't possible. So, there are 78 ingredients and he's going, right, I'm going to do jam on toast. And I'm like, there isn't a toast. We don't have a toast. But I worked with him. He gave a recipe. We gave some tweaks. That is an outstanding flavor. It is so unbelievably accurate. You can't see the recipe here, but it is genuinely a really good effort. And it's just sort of taking the cereal, taking a little bit of the doughiness of a donut, the pie pastry, keeping it dark, a little bit brown sugar, just to sort of give the nudge of toast. Solid effort. Okay, a couple more bits and then I think we just go back to full camera mode. So we also are trying to grow the platform. So we have a 2-page interview going out in Vapor Round this month, the February issue, which is a company spotlight. So it comes with a double-page advert. So we're going to have this advert out plus the double-page interview, which should be very interesting and hopefully bring a whole load of new users to the platform. And that is all I prepared for you, buddy.
That's proper in depth. So if anybody watching this on replay, because we got a lot of people replaying in the morning, get on with the code. Get yourself some liquids before it runs out.
Yeah, so it ends at midnight tomorrow. I can extend it. I'm not worried about that. We better do, I think, to round. Have you re-wicked, or are you still on the apple pie?
No, I'm vaping something else at the moment. I'm re-wicked and ready to go. I didn't know what you wanted to put on.
It's got to be. So Gaz is in chat. Adam is going to be doing his own community create. The highest form of flattery is impersonation, Gaz. That's what you should. So because is that in a month's time? March, you said. You'll be able to use the new wizard.
March the 3rd. I have got it all planned out. Let me get the actual date for you so you don't. Right, here we go. So it would be show schedule. Community mix is the 3rd of March. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the results of the community mix on the 10th of March to give it time to steep. So we're going to do the next show.
Very nice.
Going through the liquids.
Lovely. So, just in Billy's comment there, she shed some light. It's a fizzy licorice drink. So you're going to want anise. We've got lemonade, but it looked dark. We've got cola. And what was the... and I think the elderflower to give a bit of that sort of crazy fermented dandelion banter. So strong... depending how strong the licorice is, you want anise, elderflower. I'd go with some lemonade. I'd also add some cola and see where you go from there. Maybe a bit more spicing, like a subtle nudge of even like gingerbread or something, just to sort of give it a bit of that like ginger ale-y vibe.
You have to let us know how it goes, Billy. We'll have to try it once you get it done.
There you go. That's how it works. It's anywhere in the UK. Right, I'm going to have to transition over. I think that'll go well on the apple pie. So let's have a look at the page quickly. I'll just bring that up. If you can put me back on screen share. So this is the Flat Cat Vapor. Community custard pie is what you're vaping now. I think this is the one that had to be made with kind of like a one-arm bandit, right? So they had 7 ingredients they were allowed to use. It rolled randomized 7. They could hold. So they go, right, we'll hold the blackcurrant and we'll hold the strawberry jam, then roll again. So I think this combination is what they ended up with, 3 rolls. I'll let you comment first and then I'll tell you what I think. What do you reckon? It's pretty unusual.
Smells good.
Lovely. I'm actually quite psyched. I haven't had this for ages. Good player.
Yeah, I thought there was some sort of pie in there somewhere.
So it's the reason I think it's unusual, or rather what I describe it as is, you know, when you cook a homemade pie and you get those bubbly over bits where it spills out the edge and they get extra caramelized. I feel like the starting point of that strawberry and blackcurrant and the cream is like a lovely pie. You've got the pieness to it, but the toffee is what's making it like a bit more grown up, a bit more punchy. And I think it's that caramelization. That's what I describe it as, or how it feels to me. But the cream does sort of keep it not too heavy.
Do you know what? That's really nice.
It's unusual. I wouldn't necessarily even call it a dessert. Like, obviously it is with the pie, but the blackcurrant is carrying so much of it. It's more like a moody fruit.
Let's go get some more in there.
That's lovely. I haven't had that for a long time. I just do not use blackcurrant enough. I always go for red fruits. I don't know why.
Do you know what that is? That is a really tasty little liquid.
What I think that's interesting about it is I don't think you'd ever make it on your own. And I think the fact that it came through that one-arm bandit, I'll see if I can. That's probably a very bold idea. No, let's try. Hello, there you go. See? There you go. Don't panic. It's not quite there anyway. So this is what we gave them. So we gave them 3 spins. So there you go. Go on, Adam. You're going to get 2 more spins. So you can either hold or roll, and you're going to end up with 7 that you got to make a flavor with. So what are you going to go with?
We'll hold the cheese.
Also, you can filter as well. I think that was the other thing. They had it on. So you got dark flavors, light flavors, or all flavors.
We'll just mix it.
Yeah. So what do you say? Cheesecake?
Yeah, and we'll hold the almond as well.
So grape, gingerbread, chocolate, or custard with only 1 more to go.
Just spin it
Pressure's
again.
on, mate.
Spin it again.
No, you're an
Spin it
absolute. Oh, so. Okay, what have we got? So mango and lemon lime. That's not awful. Rum and mango kind of works. Bit of a tropical vibe. I mean, you can always bail, right, and just have something down at like 5%. There was no minimum. You just got to make it work. I think almond and rum, pretty good. That's almost like amaretto-esque. So I think the donut's certainly happy with those 3. So I think the issue is probably your lemon. Well, no, but then rum and lemon. What do you reckon? Yeah, there you go. So that's what they did to come up with the community cluster pie, basically. Just while we're there, because we did it. So we also built this entire, we are so ridiculously geeky. So we built an entire setup. Can you do that? I can't remember how you do that. There you go. So you can go, Adam, you could literally bring people out of chat to play, and you could have a seat at the table. Don't know why I'm doing that. So this is how it worked. Everyone could see, like, basically Gaz was the table, if you want, the dealer. So everyone could see that. And then you go, right, there's the flop. So, and it was who could make the best. It was just a debate. Who could make the best? Hang on, let me see if we do that. Doesn't matter. There you go. So you go flop, and then you can reveal them or whatever it was, chocolate. So yeah. So basically the band, I don't know if you play cards or poker, but it was a full setup where you could play Texas Hold'em with flavors, and then you go, and they'd each have to pitch and go, right, well, I think my lemon curd pineapple with elderflower pear and, not that was the idea.
That's really
so
good.
I think on this occasion, strong hand there, pecan caramel, cinnamon, chocolate, and coffee. That's a pretty lovely looking setup. So there you go. So you can do that. I don't know if I can commit to you can stop the screen share if you want. That's what we're vaping. So what do you reckon? What would if we were going to do a review of that, what would you be giving it? So you got ingredient choices. So
I've got to be honest, most of that I wouldn't have picked myself. See, I wouldn't have picked blackcurrant because I don't really like blackcurrant too much.
Mm-hmm.
And the toffee, I'm not keen on toffee, and I hate gingerbread.
Okay, so all right. So I don't know what you'd put for that. How actually answer it in terms of how well they work together in what you're experiencing? That's the idea behind that. As a pairings thing, do they work well together?
I'd give that a solid 5.
The balance.
Yeah, 4. I'd give that. Probably
okay.
on a steep that might give it time to
come up again
a little bit.
And then originality. I mean, like you said, never had anything. Well, did you say that?
Yeah, never had anything like that before. So that'd get a solid 5.
I
would have that of a morning with a nice black coffee. That would go perfect.
It actually reminds me of your. We haven't even shown your profile. If anyone wants to go buy one of Adam's flavors, no, you got to push it, haven't you? That's what you said to me. That's what you said. What are you doing? Cartel, come on, Cartel. There you go. So if you want to go and check out his morning situation, there it is. It's like a French pastry, a little bit of cheesecake, but it's the raspberry, strawberry, and cheesecake there. So there you go. What have you sold that? You've sold that. You sold 6, but that's interesting. You've had 1 repeat sale. It's one of our best metrics that you can go for there, is that someone's coming back and buying it again.
Yeah.
So someone has bought that twice. 180 mil of that you sold to 5 different people.
Oh,
and you sold it 3 months ago. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I did make one that tasted like posh toothpaste. That was an interesting one.
Mate, that went into my bucket of essentially customer complaints until I actually spoke to you. No, I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's the best way I can describe it. I think it was cucumber that you had in there that was causing havoc.
Yeah, a bit too much cucumber and some other stuff in there. It was just like a really posh toothpaste. But somehow, originally, I was a bit like, "Oh God," and then I actually ended up liking it and vaped the whole lot. So, I think it was melon, cucumber. Can't remember. Anyway, you can knock the screen share if you want, buddy. That's the last thing I got to show you. So yeah, anyone who's watching, hopefully I've not been following the chat. Yeah, I agree, Connor. Bringing in some of those games for fun would definitely be cool. Yeah, anyone who's watching, thank you for persevering that long and listening to me and us. We launched in April 2021. We've just stuck with the vision. More of it comes out every day. You've seen a glimpse of what's happening in 2023. There's no platform, there's no company, there's no one, as far as I'm aware, in the world, certainly in the UK, that is doing what we're doing, which is online recipe making, next day, custom short fills, not poured by hand, not it'll get there in the next 2 weeks. Every single time, delivered next day, poured by the machine that we designed and built to the milligram, all there. It's no experience needed. All of the expertise, 15 odd years of mixing that my colleague Jack, and as a flavor guru, has done, is baked into that website, whether you know that you're using it or not. Those underlying pairing matrices, the color gradients, the flavor checker, all the experience of actually watching 1,300 people make flavors and ask for help and all those things. So absolutely one of the most exciting and now award-winning, as Adam said, platforms in vaping. And all I can say is, please try it. You will not be disappointed. We take care of you. Like, we've worked so hard, about 2.5 years work before the website even went out to the public, that I promise you, if you come and try it, we will take care of you, whatever that means. If you want help, if you want us to make a flavor for you, if you have an issue with your shipment, whatever it is, we just treat you as we do, which is like we care about you so very much that you come to try our product, our platform. And if you go and read our Google reviews, you will realize just how much we will take care of you, and you will not be disappointed. You will be loved, and you'll discover some seriously epic flavors in the process. Awesome. Well, guys, if you haven't already, I know Billy has. She's very interested in looking forward to trying new things.
Excellent. Thank you again, Billy.
Make sure you head over to DripperLabs and set up an account, buy house flavors, create your own, let your friends know about it. Make sure you follow them on Instagram to find out all their fancy new videos that they put out to keep you all informed. And please, it's a great community. So I know nowadays it's hard to find a good group of people, but whenever you go into the DripperLabs, all the reviews, there's no bullying. There's no, oh, mine's better than yours. Everyone's there just to help each other out. And if you have any trouble, Nick and his team are always there on the other end of a message to give you a hand wherever they have. And look, if he can put up with me trying to create my first liquid, he'll have no trouble with the rest of you, because I had a real shit show the first time. I didn't know what was going on. So, guys, make sure, best customer service and products I've experienced since I started vaping, from Guy Reed.
Oh, thank you, Guy. Guy's a good story, by the way. He signed up for an account in, I think, like February or March 2022. And I put a post out and we started adding the location to our post for whatever reason. And he's local. And he was like, "Way, Reading!" Basically commented on the post. So I sort of followed up. I was like, "Yeah, we are Reading. Like, mate, you get same day delivery if you're in Reading, drop it off ourselves or this or the other." And he was like, "Yeah, I signed up ages ago, but I just didn't know where to start. You know what to do." We spent that weekend going back and forward on some ideas and whatever. And that is the result. Best customer service, repeat customs, great quality. That is what it's all about. So that's the hurdle that we're trying to get you over. He'd come, he'd found it, he'd signed up, but didn't know where to start. And now he's literally off and running, making flavors, all sorts of profiles.
So apparently, Connor's saying you're an amazing, all-round, amazing guy. So humbled and super helpful with all things DripperLabs.
Thank you very much. And in some cases, Connor, not even DripperLabs related. I was helping him with his CV the other day. Literally, he was like, "Have you got any social posts coming out?" I was like, "I'm literally in the middle of looking at your CV. When I finish that, I'll get back to
it." Oh, awesome. Well, we're getting to that time. We've done nearly 2 hours.
What a breeze.
So everybody's watching this on replay, remember the promo code and go get in that rabbit hole, because
Cartel 20.
It's not like that. Those other rabbit holes. It's very inexpensive.
It's a great example. You talk about these rabbit holes, the borrow rabbit holes. You know, these are £1,000 holes that you go in. What amazes me about the community is so passionate about their hardware, but they have with DripperLabs truly the chance to customize all of their flavors to go with all those amazing devices, overkill mods, everything that you could think of, all these little 3D printed mechs. There's so much passion for showing your personality in your vape hardware. What I would love to see is, for a fraction of the price, bang some personality in the tank. Literally go and put something that is a bit of you in that tank and tell people, "I made that. That's my flavor." Take it to the pub. Tell them they can buy it. You can scan the QR code. They go to your product page, put it in the basket. Happy days.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think a lot of people just don't settle for your liquid. Get one that you want, because then you'll vape it. There's less chance of you reverting back to those stinky cigarettes if you're not vaping something you don't like. Yeah. So get your finger out your ass and go over to DripperLabs and set up a profile. Oh, Billy Lee Wright is already down the Boro rabbit hole. Welcome.
This is my baby steps. I've just picked up one of these, and I'm terrified of what will follow.
Lots.
Yes, quite. There you go.
Right. Well, we've come to that time of the show. We've come to that time of the show now where we're going to start wrapping shit up. We're not going to do deals of the week because they're all pretty rubbish. So we haven't got any good deals on the moment, unless you want to go down the Boro rabbit hole and they've got I'll bring it quickly up for you. We'll do one deal of the week because it's a fucking good deal. So
act now while supplies last.
Right, so the one deal of the week that if you're into your Boro devices and you want to spend a little bit of money, it's a great deal. You have where is it? There we are. You have the Chucky Revenge Boro RBA from Voodoo. It is only £99.99 from £175. I have the original one. It is outstanding, but not good if you want a direct lung. If you're looking for an MTL, more of a vape, then head over to Evolution Vape and grab one yourself. These, because once they're gone, they're really hard to get hold of. So that is the deal of the week.
Solid discount.
Yeah, it's a pucker discount. I pay full price for mine. It comes in a little handmade bag, and you get a little hand-stitched voodoo doll with it as well.
Nice.
A bit scary, so mine's a drop. But yeah, that's the end of the week. So we're at the end of the show. So Nick, plug your shit. Where can we find you? What can people do to get hold of you?
DripperLabs.com. Make sure you click at the top. There's a banner. You can get £5 welcome bonus. Every new customer, you can take it straight off your first order, which technically means you can have your first 30 mil for just £3 for the delivery. We're on Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. We're most active on Instagram, but Reddit has been really good for us. There's some great quality forums, Vaping UK, things like that. But yeah, there's a support box on the website. So if you have a question on a specific page, you can send us an email. We literally get back to you immediately. No question is too small. No ask is too big. Literally, if you go, I like this idea. This is the flavor I want, like the dandelion burdock, but I don't know where to start. We will make one for you and we will put it in your recipe book for you. Call my bluff. Call my bluff. If you think that's all just the things that people say, then try me and I will show you just how brilliant we will treat you if you come and join the DripperLabs community, and you will not regret it. And thank you to all of the people in chat, whether you're already an existing customer or a sideline supporter like Dino Sauce, don't know why I call it Dino. All of you, thank you, whether you came from Flat Cat Vapor and joined us, for sticking around this long. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, until next week, be nice to each other. Bye.